Hello, welcome to English for Everyone. My name's Lisa.
And my name's Kevin. Today we're going to practice American pronunciation and intonation.
Let's take a closer look.
Our first example, is he coming today or tomorrow? It's an information question because you have options, today or tomorrow. In these questions where you have two options, the intonation goes up before or and then down at the end. Listen for the intonation. Is he coming today or tomorrow? We stress important words. In this example, coming, the verb, is the important word, so we stress coming. Is he coming today or tomorrow? Pronunciation differences. When you say, is he, he is not stressed, so the H in he is silent. So you hear, is he. Is he coming today or tomorrow? Today. We don't say today, we say today. Is he coming today? Or is pronounced because it's not stressed. Today or. Link your words. Today or tomorrow. Tomorrow. You can pronounce it with a tomorrow. Remember, it's not tomorrow. You can say tomorrow. Today or tomorrow. Now, this T in tomorrow is between an R and a vowel. When we have a T between an R and a vowel, we pronounce it like D. So today or tomorrow. So you can say today or tomorrow or today or tomorrow. The D sound is more common in American pronunciation. Today or tomorrow. All together? Is he coming today or tomorrow? Let's practice the question. Ask me the question.
Is he coming today or tomorrow?
He's coming home today. Ask me the question. He's coming home today. Very good. So the question is he coming today or tomorrow? And the answer is, he's coming home today. This is an affirmative sentence. It's positive, so the intonation goes down at the end. He's coming home today. We stress important words. Coming, home. He's coming home today. But the intonation goes down at the end. He's coming home today. Pronunciation, remember, not today, but today. He's coming home today. Link the words. He's coming home. He's coming home today. Let's practice. Is he coming home today or tomorrow?
He's coming home today.
Is he coming home today or tomorrow? Very good. Our next example, is she flying this week or next week? This is an information question with two options using or. So the intonation goes up before or and down at the end. Listen for the intonation. Is she flying this week or next week? This week or next week? We stress important words. Flying is important. It's your verb. This is important. And next is important. This is important information. This week or next week? Is she flying this week or next week? Next week. So next is stress, but the intonation goes down at the end. Next week. Is she flying this week or next week? Pronunciation, is she. When you have an S before an SH, the S is silent. You don't hear the S. So you hear ish. Is she. Is she flying this week or next week? Is she flying this week or next week? Is she flying this week or next week? Or we pronounce because it's not stressed. This week or next week. Is she flying this week or next week? Slower. Is she flying this week or next week? Let's practice the question. Ask me the question.
Is she flying this week or next week?
She's flying back home next week. Ask me the question. She's flying back home next week. And the answer is, she's flying back home next week. Let's look at the answer. She's flying back home next week. It's an affirmative statement. The intonation goes down at the end. We stress important words. Flying back home and next are all important words. She's flying back home next week. Let's practice. Is she flying this week or next week?
She's flying back home next week.
Is she flying this week or next week? Very good. Our next question is an information question with an option. Apple or PC. So the intonation goes up before or and down at the end. Do you have an Apple or PC? Do you have an Apple or PC? We stress important words. Have is the important word. Do you have an Apple or PC? Do you have an Apple or PC? Pronunciation. Do you have? This is a very common question, and people say it fast. They link all the words together, and it's difficult to understand. Do you have? Not do you have, but do you have? Do you have? H in have is almost silent. Do you have? Together? Do you have an Apple or PC? 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 Do you have an Apple? Remember, it's not an apple, it's an apple. Because an is not a stressed word. We pronounce it an. Do you have an apple? Do you have an apple or PC? Do you have an apple or PC? Let's practice the question. Ask me the question.
Do you have an Apple or PC?
I have an Apple MacBook. Ask the question. I have an Apple MacBook. And the answer is, I have an Apple MacBook. I have an Apple MacBook. I have an Apple MacBook. We stress important words. Have, the verb, is important. Apple is important, and MacBook is important. But the intonation goes down at the end, so we stress Mac, and the intonation goes down book. MacBook. I have an Apple MacBook. I have an Apple MacBook. I have. The H is almost silent. It's a stressed word because it's important, but the H is almost silent because it's very common to say I have. So people say I have many times. I have. You hear I have. I have an Apple MacBook. I have an Apple MacBook. I have an Apple MacBook. Let's practice. Do you have an Apple or PC?
I have an Apple MacBook.
Do you have an Apple or a PC? Very good.
Thank you for watching.
And if you want to practice speaking more and find more resources, check out the link below. You can get the book that we use with our students and practice reading, pronunciation, and intonation. Thanks for watching.